Okay, so hello everyone and welcome to this video. So we are going to solve this one problem on Leetcode today, reverse linked list. Our goal is to reverse this linked list into these orders. So for example, if you have a list given 1 2 3 4 5, you will reverse it in this order 5 4 3 2 1. And we also need to consider one more case, which is if there is nothing we have in the list, we will output nothing. So for example, we have these nodes. You can consider these as nodes. Let's just take 3 nodes for an example, and I will make a linked list. So last node is pointing to the none, and these are the next and next. So we have a given list in our input, which is something like this. You can look here that given the head of the singly linked list, return the reverse the list. So we have this type of list given already. The next of this node is this node. So after the reversal, it should be like this, right? And similarly for this also. All right, and the head should be now here at the last node. The none should be at this side. So in the yellow, what I have written is something which we are expecting in the end, and it will move this way and we get the reverse of the list. So let's take a pointer which is current. So this current pointer will now point to our head, because this current will move next to next, and we are expecting something like this, that here will be our computation, all of the computation which we need to do in a loop, and at the end what we will do is basically make the head equals to current. So at the end I am expecting that my current will be something like here, so that I can make it as my new head. All right, make a current pointer which should point to the head, and so that I can traverse this linked list. So we need to make one more node here, which is the previous. So previous keeps the track of our prior nodes. So basically if you're here, my previous should be none, right? If I am here, my previous should be this, right? Let's take previous as none. All right, so initially the previous is none. This is what we initially have, and now we need to move. Okay, so I will create a loop here. I'm not giving a condition right now, because we will get to the condition after writing the below lines. I just basically have this here. All right, this is what we have done, and also this is what we have, right? This is what we have already done. So now my current next, all right, I want to make its next equals to none, because this will be the last node, right? So its next should be none, right? But when I do its next equal to none, this gets removed, so I need a way to reach this node before end. So before doing that operation, I need to keep this block somewhere stored, right? So where I can store it? So this P is now pointing to this block here. So I will do this like current dot next. So I'm essentially saying that the current dot next, which is currently this one, is equal to P. Now I have its next value stored somewhere. I can focus on making the current next equals to previous. So I can just do this, current dot next is equal to previous. So now this will not affect the order. So what we have done basically here is the P is here, and this one is removed, and this one is pointing here. All right, so we can see now that the current's next is pointing to the none. All right, so what I can do now is take this previous one and point this to the current node. Now why I'm doing that? Because for the next node in the next loop, the previous one will be this one. So in the next iteration when we do same thing, all right, so in that case the current will be here and its next is going to be this one. So that's why I'm doing this thing here. So the previous one will now go here, all right, and this will be removed. Going to do is previous equals to current, and now I can move my current to this one, all right. So the current is now pointing where B was, so I can just do current equals to P. I will loop over this again and again, so you can just see what's happening here. Okay, so when I come back to this again in the next iteration, what's going to happen? P is equal to current dot next, so P will become current dot next, which is this one, and the current dot next is equal to previous, so that means this one, because our previous is pointing here, so current dot next is this one, and the previous is equal to current, so the previous, now this node cancels from here and the previous one becomes this one. So now current is removed from here and current is now shifted to, all right. Now you tell me, when should this loop end? So we cannot end this loop when the current reaches none, because that will create a problem. Now current is here, all right, we don't want that iteration to happen, so we will loop this until the current dot next is not equal to none. At the very last, what I'm going to do is head equals to current. The head will now point to this node here, but there is one more condition which we are not yet handling. What if we don't have anything? What if it's just none? So if suppose you have an input given to you none, this will throw error because it's saying none dot next, which is not possible. There is no attribute of next in the none, because none type does not have any attribute of next, so this will throw error. So we're just going to make an if statement. If say if head equals to none, then return none, and in this case we are returning head, so we will return head. Let's just build this up. So my current is equal to head, and I'm also taking a pointer which is previous, which is basically none, and while current dot next, all right, so till it reaches the none, till the next one is none, I will repeat this process. Before going, let's just handle the case of none also. If head is equal to none, then return none. What we're going to do is we're going to have a p which stores the next value of the current, so that I can make my next equals to previous. We will make our previous is equal to the current, all right, and now I can change my current to p. We're going to head equals to current. Okay, let's check if this works or not. Oh, there's some issue. We made a mistake here, which is we need to consider this one step also, and the last, which is after we have done this, all of this, we forgot to do this one last time, which is doing this as the next. So we need to do this explicitly one time after the loop ends, because the loop will take your current to here, but it will not make its next is equal to the previous. So as we can see, this thing which we are doing here, we need to do one more time here, is equal to previous. Everything is now connected. Yeah, so it's accepted, and if we submit, see that, yeah, it's giving good results.